Penguins in the tropics. It sounds like a fantasy, but it's real. Here, on the equator, under the blazing sun, a small band of penguins has carved out a life unlike any other. It's a story that defies expectations. A tale of survival in a place where most would never imagine penguins could exist. Our mission was clear. Find and film the elusive Galapagos penguin, the only penguin species living north of the equator. For wildlife filmmakers, this was a rare opportunity to document a species on the edge and to share their remarkable story with the world. This wasn't just another wildlife trip, it was a quest to witness one of nature's greatest paradoxes. We were driven by curiosity and a sense of responsibility to capture the beauty and fragility of these unique birds before it's too late. We set out for a remote volcanic beach on Isabella Island, a place few ever reach. The journey itself was an adventure, taking us across rugged terrain and through landscapes shaped by ancient eruptions. The Galapagos penguin is one of the rarest birds on Earth, its population threatened by climate change and overfishing. With fewer than 2,000 individuals left, every sighting is precious, a reminder of what's at stake. To see them here on sun-baked lava is to witness a species fighting for survival. The heat is relentless, and the landscape unforgiving, yet these penguins have adapted in extraordinary ways, resting in the shade of lava crevices and cooling off in the chilly ocean currents. We hope to find not just adults but juveniles, a sign of hope for their future. Chicks mean the population is breeding, and that despite the odds life goes on. The Galapagos archipelago is a living laboratory of evolution, shaped by fire and isolation. Each island is a world unto itself, with creatures found nowhere else on Earth. Here, creatures evolved in unique ways, free from mainland predators. The isolation has allowed species to adapt in remarkable and sometimes bizarre ways, making the Galapagos a treasure trove for scientists and explorers alike. The Galapagos penguin's ancestors arrived on cold currents and adapted to a life no other penguin could endure. They hunt in the nutrient-rich waters, dodging predators and braving the elements, their lives a delicate balance between land and sea. Our destination, the wild western coast of Isabella, a jagged shoreline of black volcanic rock. Here the Pacific crashes against the land, and the penguins find refuge among the rocks. The odds were against us. The beach was accessible only at low tide, a narrow window that demanded perfect timing. Every step was a reminder of how challenging this environment can be, both for us and for the penguins. But the chance to see a wild penguin on a tropical island was a call to adventure we couldn't ignore. In this unlikely paradise, we hope to witness a miracle of adaptation, and to share the story of a species holding on at the edge of the world. Our journey began before dawn, under the faint light of the early morning sky. The air was crisp, and the ocean seemed calm, almost inviting. We left town under a sky full of stars, the constellations guiding our way. The calm didn't last though, as the sea began to stir with the first light of dawn. Our small panga was tossed by the open Pacific, each wave a test of endurance. The swells grew larger, and the boat rocked violently, making every moment a struggle to stay balanced. The rough passage is what keeps this corner of Isabella wild and untouched. The island's rugged beauty is preserved by the very waters that make it so difficult to reach. Every jolt reminded us this is a world not meant for easy access. Timing was everything. We had to navigate the waves with precision, knowing that any mistake could cost us dearly. We had to reach the hidden cove at low tide or risk turning back. The window of opportunity was narrow and the stakes were high. Our captain, a seasoned local, watched the sun and his watch, guiding us through treacherous waters. His experience was our lifeline, his calm demeanor a source of reassurance. Arrived too early and the waves would block the beach. The force of the ocean was relentless, and we had to time our approach perfectly. Too late, and the tide would seal it off. The narrow entrance would disappear beneath the rising water, leaving us stranded. It was a tense race against the ocean's rhythm. Every second counted, and the tension was palpable as we sped towards our destination. As we neared Isabella's western coast, the landscape came into focus. Black lava cliffs plunging into turquoise sea. The contrast was striking, a testament to the island's volcanic origins. No sandy beaches, just a wall of volcanic stone, ancient, hostile, and beautiful. The rugged terrain was both intimidating and awe-inspiring. Somewhere in that maze was the tiny beach we sought. It was a hidden gem, barely visible from the sea, and reaching it felt like uncovering a secret. The brutal ride brought us to the doorstep of this wild paradise. The journey had been arduous, but the sight of the untouched shore made it all worthwhile. But the hardest part was still ahead. Disembarking on the rocky shore would be a challenge, and the terrain ahead promised to test our resolve even further. With perfect timing, our captain slipped the panga through a narrow channel, and we landed. Relief was brief. The beach was a minefield of sharp, slippery lava boulders. Every step was a risk, threatening twisted ankles or broken gear. We moved slowly, focused on each foothold, the sun heating the black rock beneath us. Seeking easier ground, we nearly walked into a grove of manchineel trees, one of the world's most poisonous. Even standing under them in rain can cause severe burns. We backed away, reminded that this paradise is full of hidden dangers. The Galapagos demands respect. From razor-sharp lava to toxic flora, every step is a negotiation. Our search for penguins was a lesson in humility. Here, nature is in charge, and we were only visitors. The island made sure we never forgot it. Every obstacle was a reminder of the wildness we'd come to witness. This mission was a team effort. Harrison and Evan, the wildlife brothers, led the charge with infectious energy. Emilio, their friend, kept the cameras rolling and the gear safe in harsh conditions. Jack and Gage rounded out the crew, hauling equipment and spotting wildlife. Each member brought unique skills, turning a tough expedition into a true adventure. Together, we were filmmakers, explorers, and conservationists, united by a single goal: to tell the penguin story. The Galapagos penguin is a living contradiction, a cold-weather bird thriving at the equator. Its ancestors rode the frigid Humboldt Current north, finding a cool marine refuge in the tropics. This rare species survives only on Isabella and Fernandina, facing threats from climate change and shifting currents. Unlike Antarctic penguins, they dodge sharks and sea lions, but their biggest enemy is warming seas. They've adapted small bodies to shed heat, panting to cool down, and shading their feet from hot lava. Their feathers are less dense and bare skin patches help radiate heat, but their true escape is the sea, where they swim with astonishing speed and agility. Life for a Galapagos penguin is a constant balancing act between land and sea. They hunt small fish brought by cold currents, sardines, anchovies, mullet, diving deep with hydrodynamic bodies. Their short legs steer, flipper wings propel, and waterproof feathers insulate. Both parents share the work of raising chicks, nesting in volcanic crevices for shade. But their reliance on cold water fish makes them vulnerable to El Niño, which can wipe out food and halt breeding. Their survival is tied to the health of the ocean, a fragile, urgent connection. Conservation is not just important, it's essential. As we crossed the lava, our search paused at a remarkable sight: flightless cormorants with turquoise eyes clustered on the rocks. The world's only flightless cormorant, they've traded wings for powerful legs, becoming expert divers. Their ancestors lost flight quickly, adapting to a predator-free, food-rich world. We watched them dry their tiny wings, a vestige of their flying past. Suddenly, 3 Galapagos hawks soared above, the island's apex land predators. Spotting all 3 species in one cove was a rare trifecta of evolution. Each was a testament to the island's power to shape life in unexpected ways. In this hidden cove, we witnessed a living museum of adaptation. The Galapagos never ceases to surprise. As the first rays of sunlight crept over the horizon, the volcanic landscape of the Galapagos was bathed in a golden glow. The air was cool and still, and anticipation hung heavy as we scanned the black lava rocks for any sign of life. Our hopes flickered with every passing minute, until suddenly, Evan's voice broke the silence. Penguins! There they were, 5 black and white figures nearly camouflaged against the jagged lava, standing at the water's edge. Their tuxedoed forms seemed almost like shadows, blending perfectly with the stark, dramatic landscape. They were smaller than we'd imagined, delicate and almost fragile, dwarfed by the immense volcanic rocks that surrounded them. Yet, despite their size, they radiated a quiet resilience, a testament to their ability to survive in such a harsh, unforgiving environment. We moved closer, every step deliberate and cautious, our hearts pounding with excitement and awe. We knew how rare and precious this encounter was, and we were determined not to disturb the penguins in their natural home. In the sheltered cove, more penguins appeared, gliding through the turquoise water with effortless grace. They porpoised and dove, their movements fluid and joyful, as if the ocean itself was their playground. Among the adults we spotted juveniles, fluffy and curious, sticking close to their parents. Seeing these young penguins was a sign of hope, proof that this fragile population was still managing to thrive and raise the next generation. For nearly an hour we watched, filmed and photographed, completely captivated by their presence. Every moment felt like a gift, a rare glimpse into the secret lives of these remarkable birds. The penguins seemed unfazed by our presence, going about their daily routines, preening their feathers, swimming, and escaping the heat by the cool water's edge. Their calmness reminded us how important it is to respect wildlife and observe quietly. The joy we felt was indescribable, a deep sense of wonder and gratitude, a reward for every challenge and early morning we'd faced to get here. We had arrived with no guarantee of success, knowing how elusive these penguins could be. Yet, here we were, welcomed as silent guests in their extraordinary world, witnessing something truly special. The experience was a powerful reminder of why we seek out these wild places, to connect, to learn, and to be humbled by nature's wonders. It's about forging a connection, feeling awe and responsibility, and fueling the drive to protect what's rare and irreplaceable in our world. As the sun set over the Galapagos, we knew this memory would stay with us forever, a moment of wonder, gratitude, and hope for the future of these incredible penguins. Watching the penguins, the urgency of their survival was clear. They're more than a curiosity, they're a symbol of adaptability and the magic of the Galapagos. But their future hangs by a thread, threatened by climate change and El Niño. Protecting them means tackling global issues from sustainable fishing to reducing carbon emissions. Local conservation groups work tirelessly, but the challenge is worldwide. Our journey filled us with hope and responsibility. The Galapagos penguin is part of our shared heritage, a living warning and a wonder. Ensuring their survival is a legacy we must all help secure.